Hi everyone, it's your favourite Atomic Blonde here with a bit of pop chat, and as promised, I am here with my review of Zero Day. So, latest political drama from Netflix, dropped last week, I think, and starring Robert De Niro as of all people. Not that it shouldn't star Robert De Niro, but obviously not renowned for doing much TV work. So, pretty sure a dumpster truck must have reversed up to his house with a ton of cash to sign up to do a TV show for Netflix. Who knows? Anyway, so the premise of this is something called Zero Day. On a certain date, all sort of electronics are all shut down for exactly 1 minute. By shutting everything down, obviously that impacts, hospitals, air traffic control, trains, tubes, subways, everything electrical, like stock market, the banks. But as a result of turning this off for 1 minute, results in, I think they said, about 3,400 deaths. After this event happens, there's no ransom, there's no explanation, there's no one saying who did it. So a task force is going to be set up to investigate Zero Day, find out who's behind it, and obviously how can they prevent it from happening again, because otherwise literally America and who knows who else could just be held hostage with the power just to switch everything off. So Mullen, Robert De Niro's character, President Mullen, is an ex-president. He had one term, and we find out very early on that his son died of an overdose, and as a result, he chose not to run again for a second term. And then there's other reasons that come out during the course of the show why politically it wouldn't have been a good idea, and skeletons in the closet, etc. But he's also a retired president. His wife is actively running, I think, to be high court judge or something like that, something quite political. And he's basically very much supporting her career, and he's sort of taking a back seat. So then he's approached by the incumbent president, which of course is a woman and black. Shocker. Who'd have thought that would happen? Not to say that there can't be, that's fine. But obviously, again, this was made with a certain view that someone would be president, and that clearly didn't happen. Played by the excellent Angela Bassett, though. She calls in Mullen, asks him to head up this task force and find out why all this happened. They start to investigate. Initially, it looks like the Russians. Then it looks like that this Mullen is suffering from some dementia. He's having lost time. He can't remember things. He keeps hallucinating. He keeps seeing his son and hearing music. So you go, that's a bit close to the mark. Ex-president with dementia. Okay. Where's this going? And obviously this gets looked into. Again, I'm not going to get into massive spoilers here. But it's like one facet of the story, what's going on with the ex-president. Now, what I would say is they're very careful, I would say, that maybe I missed it, but I don't think they say at any point the incumbent president or Mullen, because I'm pretty sure they say that he's the opposite party to the current president to try and make it very cross-partisan task force, and everybody working together on both sides of the aisle, because this is one big threat to America. It doesn't matter what party. but they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't say. So please correct me if they do. Who's on what side? You don't. Well, it certainly wasn't obvious. Like who? I mean, you could guess if it's a woman, black president, which side of the aisle she's meant to be on. But I don't think they outright say it. And there aren't deliberate political targets in there. There's no one in there you go, oh, that's meant to be Trump, or oh, that's meant to be such and such. They're very much steered away from that, which I found very refreshing watching this. What is quite interesting is they take a pretty big swipe at YouTubers and the political YouTubers, and make a big deal out of trying to say that you can't trust YouTubers. They're just kind of in it for the grift. They will say anything if it's going to make them money, whether they believe in it or they don't, and they're stirring up hatred and all this kind of thing. And there's a YouTuber played by Dan Stevens, called Evan Green, who has, he's got this massive mansion. He's wealthy. He's got a studio in the basement kind of thing of his house, and he's conspiracy nut and very popular, and everybody's sort of listening to him, and he's stirring everything up around this 0 day. So that was a little bit, like, really? And don't get me wrong, of course there are grifters on YouTube. Of course there are people out there with questionable reasons why they're on the channel, shall we say. Of course they are. Nobody's that naive. But it was very, very unsubtle swipe at political YouTube channels. And really this whole thing is about, you can trust your government. The government will tell you the truth. All these things. There are no conspiracy theories. We're completely transparent, and that's really kind of the message of the film, of the show. So, very solid cast. Like I say, you've got here obviously Robert De Niro. You've got, as I said, Dan Stevens, Connie Britton, Lizzie Kaplan, and Joan Allen, Matthew Modine. Matthew Modine is very good in this. And good old Phil Coulson himself from S.H.I.E.L.D. First time sort of seen him in something for a while. Good solid cast. Jesse Plemons is in it as well, and God, he's lost some weight. Overall, okay. It's not overly long, which is good. I think it was 6 episodes. So from a pacing point of view, I think it was done very well. It wasn't dragged out. A few twists and turns along the way. There's some interesting stuff in there. And say this what happened to the president's son? What's going on with the president? And who's behind all of this? I don't think it was a massive shock reveal when you find out who's actually behind all of this. I think you can pretty much guess it from the jump what's going on here. I think the acting is very solid. It's very good. It compels you enough to keep watching it, but overall I would say this is it's okay. It's mid, which is a shame really, because you've got with such solid actors, and the casting, they were kind of wasted a little bit, I think, in this. But it's fine. I sat down, I watched it all. It was like, that's all right. It's completely watchable. I think it's very predictable. And it's like I say, the whole thing is that you can sort of trust the government, and the story's more about that, and are they going to do the right thing or the wrong thing? at the in the last episode. That's kind of what it all culminates to. You know, yeah, the government are the good guys in this, basically. So take from that what you will. It was fine. Say I enjoyed it. It's not a hard watch. It's like I say, very predictable. It's obvious, I think, quite early on who actually did it and what's going on. It's not going to set the world on fire, I don't think. Whatever they paid Robert De Niro, he's probably overpaid, not so much because of bad acting, but this really just wasn't, this story I felt didn't really need someone of his caliber playing Mullen. So I think you could have got anybody to play this character. So yeah, watchable, probably quite forgettable. It's not something I'd rewatch, but it's like I don't feel like I wasted 6 hours of my life either. It was fine. You know, stick it on. It'll definitely be one of these ones that's stuck on in the background while people will be sort of watching it while they're doing other things, and that's fine. Not a patch on Paradise, which I reviewed the first few episodes the other day. It's just been renewed for season 2, which I'm thrilled about. You want to go watch a political drama? Paradise is the one over on Hulu. Not to say that this is bad. It just didn't blow my socks off, didn't catch me off guard. I didn't get to the end of it and go, wow, I didn't see that coming. It is a very predictable, and the messaging is sort of, you know, government good, YouTube, independent media bad. Take from that what you will. But as always, I love to know what you think. Do you think I'm selling it short? Do you think it's better than that? Did you just find it, or did you just hate it? Let me know in the comments, as always. And as always, you know it's coming. Please do like and share, subscribe, do all those things. Do those things it says on the screen. Like, share, subscribe. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. As always, thank you to everybody that supports this channel. It means the world. I'm chipping away slowly. I've had a bit more time to be able to focus on the channel. As you see, there's quite a few reviews up, or I'm trying to get a bit more consistency in reviews. But I only try to put review stuff that I feel I can add value to, and try not to make content for the sake of it. So some weeks it's a bit quiet, some weeks I have a lot to say. But if there's any shows you want me to review or you'd like to know my thoughts on, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will be back soon with more pop chat. So you all take care now. Bye-bye.